Father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. Takes you a long time to muster enough courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight, at least the very basics. It will certainly come in handy in your future. It will be a first step towards becoming a nobleman. Now it takes Father a long time to respond. He is about to speak, and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He does a sharp breath again, but remains quiet. Then finally he offers you the sword. But remember this, Michael. You are not a warrior, not yet. You will study this like you study your lessons. He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times when the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage it. From that day forth, Father teaches you the foundations of the sword fighting in great secret. Use your patience for tree climbing to explain the cuts you received during training. Soon you learn how to hold your own in a duel. Soon you learn how to hold your own in a duel. But will you ever need this art in real life? Determination, resolute. Willpower, exhausted. It means we don't have will to act. We will have to take any choice we'll have. Okay, let's see. The fencing lesson event has happened. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right to it by birth. Six years. Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, his home outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden. And now, a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together with father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a fine sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table to go with father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in a legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in a dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile of father's face until only stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Anisotti. He is the head of our family, my father. Grandfather's return. Your grandfather, Gregor Brante, returned to the family home from the capital. The Intrusion. Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival There has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stefan stays in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan, the entire Brante family, stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lord. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been away for too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your coming of the wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of the tradition or honor? They're, they're being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I'm here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Slav does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? Tin soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes a box containing the tin warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. We can't choose perception because we have just 2 out of 4. But we can try to rescue our teen warriors. You rescued the precious present from the fire, no matter how much your hands hurt. burst into tears. You start crying, overwhelmed by the horrible sight. Or strike grandfather. Driven mad by anger and injustice, you kick grandfather in the leg. So please choose any of these three.